Well, the government shutdown may be over, but public defenders are still looking for someone to come to their defense as they have now gone months without being paid. According to one estimate, federal court-appointed attorneys across the country are owed around $150 million in total. That dates back to the first week of July when funding for the Federal Defender Services Program ran out. The months-long funding crisis has left public defenders at a precarious spot, still performing their jobs, but also facing dire financial straits. And judges in some cases may order them to continue working unpaid. In others, it's leading judges to toss out criminal cases. In California, a suspect facing charges related to distributing meth was dismissed for now because of this funding gap. The judge saying the lack of pay put the defense in an indefensible situation of having to represent their client without resources, but it's allowing prosecutors to revive charges once the funding gap is filled. So joining us now to help understand what is going on, criminal lawyer David Fisher. David, great to see you. Thanks for your time on this. No paycheck since July, months of having to figure out workarounds. How did we get here?
So funding ran out. Congress allots funding to defender services, and that's supposed to be for a fiscal year that's supposed to last through September 30th. That funding ran out in July, on July 3rd, and the lawyers who perform those services were told to continue working, and they would receive money when the government reopened in October. On October 1st. So it's not just that lawyers haven't been paid since July, like they haven't been paid in some cases since March, things like that. And so the effect on us personally is very difficult, but the more important thing is the impact it's having on our individual clients. Our clients are being deprived of their Sixth Amendment right to counsel because we are not only able to do the work that we need to do, but we're having trouble hiring experts and investigators and doing the necessary work to help defend them. And so how we got here is from this congressional inaction by totally failing to adequately fund the government, fund our budgets. And this is something that's unprecedented, has never happened to us, at least in the 16 years that I've
Yeah, I mean, this just sounds outrageous. I mean, to think from July and to think that it could be, from March, as you said, there are some people who haven't been paid since March. How potentially damaging is this to the legal system and how it functions? I mean, we're, hearing about cases that are thrown out, and yes, prosecutors can bring charges later, or, situations where these public defenders are being told to continue working. What does that do to the legal system overall?
I think how individual people are going to see it is that cases could be dismissed, as what happened in a recent case in Sacramento. There are still motions pending, and we are asking that these cases be dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they cannot be refiled again. And there are cases that I'm personally involved with, that my colleagues are involved with, where those motions are pending, where we are asking courts to dismiss those cases because of this fundamental, what's called a structural problem. We have on one side the government fully funding the prosecutors and the agents that are doing these cases, and then they are systematically defunding the defense. And a defendant has a Sixth Amendment right to counsel, and not just a figurehead, somebody they have the right to effective assistance of counsel. They have the right to have resources to investigate their cases and defend their cases. And they are not being provided with that constitutional right. And so we are filing motions to try to get cases dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they cannot be rebrought because of the decisions by Congress to defund the defense.
And again, a reminder for all of our viewers that all of the congressional lawmakers were paid throughout the shutdown, so they were getting their check.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.